So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another life lesson video that is being hosted by ChildLine. My name is Aaron George, and I am one of ChildLine's outreach officers. And today I'll be facilitating this dissemination of information about something that's very, very important, and it's in commemoration of one of the UN recognized world days that is linked to poverty. And this life lesson is about using poverty as a motivator for success. Uh, so, where do I begin? First things first, there are many experiences in life that will definitely prevent an individual from accomplishing their goals or may make them stop and rethink about what it is they really may want to achieve with their life, where they want to go, who they want to become. And it is very easy for us as human beings to focus on the negative things that are happening around us, but it's even easier for us to focus on the negative things that are happening within us. And one of the experiences that people tend to have that makes them feel very uncomfortable would be not having money or a financial strain, a financial struggle. And of course, this topic is particularly relevant during these COVID 19 times because many people would have lost their jobs. Many people are now working on reduced incomes. Many people or many households now have to adjust their lifestyle, their way of living, the way that they pay their bills, the amount of food that they eat, the amount of toilet paper that they use when they use the washroom and so on. Every aspect of their life has changed. And what I want to do today is really remind the viewers that as much as poverty can be a very difficult and a harsh experience to have, poverty could also be a beneficial thing in some ways. And I'll compare it to pain. Not anybody, no one likes to experience pain. I mean, pain is pain, pain hurts, but pain serves a function. Pain lets you know that something is wrong. And if you did not experience pain, you would know that maybe something on your insides would have ruptured, or let's say appendix. So, to alert you that you need to go to the doctor to receive some level of assistance. So, in the same sense, poverty can have a very important lesson for individuals in their lives. And I'm not just saying this from, hey, I just want to motivate you all. I'm saying this from personal experiences as well. Because people who are poor, they don't get the things that people who are rich tend to get, or at least they don't get them as easily, as frequently, as often as they would like to. However, there are some things that the poor get that other people don't. And the main thing that they get is an opportunity to see themselves grow. When you don't have, there's a very popular saying that goes, why not do it? Because you have nothing to lose. Essentially, persons who may be experiencing poverty, they are in a similar situation like that, where they have absolutely nothing to lose. And the highlight of this lesson is that there are many important things that you could learn from an empty pocket, a hungry stomach, and a broken spirit. Um, and I say that from personal experiences as well. And I'll give you an example. I grew up with very, very humble beginnings with my mother and my father. And my father died when I was much younger, and he was the breadwinner in the family. And when he died, my mother told me, and my grandparents told me that every single aspect of my life was now going to change, and that I may not be able to have certain opportunities that I would have had before. And it kind of struck me. I was like, why? Just because of money? And they were like, yes, uh, money has a big part to play in the world. However, they reminded me that it is very possible for you as an individual to achieve the things that you want to. However, you're just going to have to work hard. You might have to work twice as hard to get just as far, but it's very possible for you to do this. And let me highlight, when I tell you that I've experienced poverty, let me give you some examples. When I attended my Form 6 graduation, I couldn't pay for my tickets. My family couldn't pay for the tickets. I was not going to be a part of the graduation anymore, even though I was the master of ceremonies for it. The dean of the school bought my tickets for me. I wasn't able to go to another graduation because I didn't have clothes, I didn't have shoes or anything of the sort. One of my friend's mother bought it for me. When I was going to St. Mary's College, there were a lot of resources that were necessary for us to actually be able to complete our work at hand. I wasn't able to afford those things. I had to use the library, or I had to get secondhand books from other people. The pages that people would pelt away, I would go and I would take it. And even though during that process it seemed very belittling and dehumanizing and frustrating because you're not able to do the things that you want to do, people talking about parties that they're going to go, people talking about the clothes that they're going to wear or the new devices that they're going to get, and you just there sitting down wondering, I wonder if I'm going to get dinner today, or I wonder if I'm going to be able to travel to school tomorrow, or I wonder if I'll be able to get a Panadol if my head starts hurting. What it does is it makes you become a little more conscious about the impact that you can have without money. And I'm telling you, because I'm here today and I do the work, you can have an impact, you can have a successful life, even if you came from very, very humble beginnings. You, as the individual, need to make that decision that, hear what? Even though this is my situation, I want to get out of it. Nobody can help you get out of that situation besides yourself. And when you don't have, it gives you that opportunity to build from the ground up. Think about it like having a house. Some people, they're born and they're born into a house that's already built, the land is there, the structure is already there. But when you're poor, you have literally nothing. You get to decide when you start making money or finding ways to make money. You get to decide where you're going to get the land. You get to decide the structure, the design of the house. You get to choose the color. You get to make that decision. You get to take charge of your life. You get to take stock of whatever situations come up. And there's something that is so rewarding when you work for something and you make it your own as opposed to just receiving something. And the purpose of this life lesson is really just to remind people that not having doesn't mean that you're always not going to have. A bad day does not mean a bad life, and a slip does not mean a fall. There's a very famous quote from Nelson Mandela that says, overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity, it is an act of justice. And the only way that justice is going to prevail is if you, the individual who believes that you are in a situation, make a decision that this is not the life that you are going to live for the rest of your life. And I'm telling you, it is not going to be easy. There are going to be many days where you have to, quote unquote, put your tail between your legs, and you're going to have to accept, and you're going to have to learn how to say thank you and please and yes, maybe this, maybe that, maybe the other. However, However, it is very, very possible for you as an individual to overcome these challenges. And all you really need to do is make that decision. You need to decide today, hear what? I'm not going to be in this situation anymore. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to look around and I'm going to see what I could do. There are always these memes going around about people selling bands outside of the bank, people making masks and so on. And as much as these memes may be funny, these people are actually charting their own course. They are not just staying home, sitting down, waiting for somebody to give them a handout. They are getting up and trying to find their own wherever they can, however they can, whether it be learning YouTube videos on how to make something, learning how to provide a service. And for those of you out there, it's just an opportunity for you to get creative with whatever you like to do. You might like cooking. It might be an opportunity for you to start learning how to do these things. Of course, you may have the question, if I like cooking, where am I going to have the money to get the resources? That's one part of it. Yes, and I agree. However, there's the other part of it where without the plan, you're not going to be able to start getting people to possibly buy into your business and buy into the things that you like. You have to remember that it is going to be a process working your way out of a negative or an uncomfortable situation. But it is not impossible for you to come out of the situation. All you need to do is make that decision that, here what, this is not going to be my situation anymore. I am going to come out of it. And that's something that I had to do at a very, very young age. Um, Not saying that life is the best and that I'm financially where I want to be, but what I can say is if I go to the grocery store, I could pick up something and I could have something to eat. I know I could get to work, I know I could get to school, I could buy a Panadol if my head hurting, and it's about being able to manage what you have and what you could be given eventually in the situation. Because they say those who can't be trusted with little will not be trusted with a lot. And if in your state of poverty, in the situation where you feel like you don't have anything at all, you're able to maintain a good attitude, have a good work ethic, be able to be positive, still have some amount of ambition and want things for yourself. And not just want it, but you're taking whatever little steps you can take towards achieving it. That is what's going to separate you from everyone else. And one day, suddenly, things are going to change if you work hard enough. But you have to use poverty as a motivating factor in your life. You can't tell yourself that, what, I'm in this situation and I'm going to be in this situation forever. That's not going to help you. You have to tell yourself, I'm in this situation right now. I acknowledge how uncomfortable it is, but I have to come out of this situation. And whatever it takes to get out of that situation, you're going to have to do it. But know that it is not going to be easy. It is going to be difficult. You are going to feel uncomfortable. I did feel a how when I had to have my graduation tickets purchased for me and my mother. I felt uncomfortable when my friends' parents have to give me clothes to wear. It was a very eye-opening moment for me in my life. And for many people out there who having similar experiences where they think that it could just be happening within the household. Maybe some parents may have school uniforms on rotation with their children, or the hand-me-downs have to happen, so you only get in your older brothers and sisters their things, because better can't be done at that point in time. However, whatever situation you're in, you're not going to stay in it forever if you make the decision to get out of the situation, and also to accept that it's going to be difficult getting out of it, but it's going to be even more difficult staying in the situation like that. So, today I just want to remind you all that regardless of the challenge that you're experiencing, and specifically if it is a financial challenge that you're experiencing, it is not going to last forever. You get to make an opportunity. You get to use this time today, literally today, to find a way to make yourself some money, to learn something, or to find an avenue to develop yourself. And sometimes people don't want to do the things that they can do to make money because they feel like if the money is not going to be enough, the money is not going to be with their time, they rather do something better than that. They think that they're too qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, there are doctors walking around who are cashing in the groceries. There are lawyers who are packing shelves. There are people who want to be successful businessmen sitting down doing basic data entry work at a ministry office or something, because may not be the right time for them to have that opportunity to achieve the things that they want to achieve, but the time will come. So it is up to you. You have to take stock and you have to take charge of your course and your destiny. Remember, it is not about the direction of the winds, it is about the set of the sails. And once you know where you plan to go and what you want to achieve, I am telling you, nobody or nothing is going to be able to stop you. Nobody or nothing is going to be able to stop you. The only person who can stop you is you. So, regardless of the situation that you're in, I would just want to remind you, use it as a factor or use it as something to motivate yourself to be better, to grow, to learn, to develop. Because without you, if you don't have your own back, who would? Nobody would. So, make sure you do this for you. And remember that quote that I said from Nelson Mandela, that very important quote: overcoming poverty, it is not a gesture of charity. So we're not sitting down waiting for anybody to come and help us. What you have to do is engage in an act of justice for yourself by getting up and finding something that you can do, learning something, getting creative. And once people see that you're trying, they'll be more than willing to help you along the way. So that's today's little reminder. Keep your head up, keep your chin up. You can do it. You could do it. You could do it. I'm telling you, you can do it. So thanks very much for watching today's little life lesson. I do hope you all enjoy, and please continue to subscribe. Check out ChildLine social media pages. Don't forget our helpline is available 24/7. It is there for you all. If you all have any questions, queries, concerns about anything at all, please do not hesitate to utilize the helpline. These are the phone numbers behind the scene there: 800-4321. Call. Thank you very much.